So there's our tank of refrigerant, R12, the good old stuff. We're ready to charge. I had to move the vehicle out of there over to here. And let's kill the vacuum. We have the low side off because there is no access to the low side fitting. We're doing everything through the high side. 1 kilogram of refrigerant. There's going to be roughly 30 grams of refrigerant liquid in here. And this is the refrigerant line, the yellow tag there. The red one's going to have roughly 1 gram, not 1 gram, almost 30 grams of liquid refrigerant. Upon my putting in, I zeroed out. I'll probably go a few grams over. This big old R12 systems are hugely forgiving, unlike the new systems. And it's very easy for you to go 1 or 2 or even 3 ounces over or under, and it won't make a difference on these systems like it will a little YF or 134 system that only has roughly, say, 390 grams, 420 grams. If you're 3 ounces under or over, you're going to be in a shit hurt world of performance problem on a nice hot day. So we're at 0. Off. Let's get this up here, somewhere right around here. And 1, whoops. So let's get that zeroed in so we can see it. 1, 2, 3, go. And we're gonna fill up. We're putting liquid refrigerant right into the high side of the system. We're almost halfway there. Half kilogram, there you go. And for you guys who don't know, a kilogram is 2.2 pounds. I'm starting to taper it down. And right there, that's it. You go, oh my God, there's not enough there. Well, I'm gonna do a little vapor squirt to push this along with the vapor in here. So I'm gonna do this. Let it steady out. Gotta let that steady. I get close enough for government work. It's a 12 system, it's bulletproof, it's a large volume. Takes a little bit because this thing has to steady out. I don't know if the video camera can pick it up. There's just a slight bit of movement because the liquid refrigerant in there, just like water in a fish tank, when you bump it, the refrigerant is sloshing back and forth. Takes a while to steady down so you could get a steady measurement that you can trust on your gauges when you're measuring. There we go. You see that? That's it. That's all I need. That vapor off the top just pushed all the liquid into the system. Now I could undo it from here, and I have no access to the low side fitting to turn off the system or turn on the system and then suck this extra refrigerant into the low side. That access is not available. So this is just getting disconnected, and that's all. There's going to be no pressure or temperature measurements, because if I turn this on and I want to read the high side pressure only, what it's going to do is fill up my liquid line with high pressure refrigerant that I cannot remove by letting it go back into the low side when I'm all finished. So this is perfectly charged, 1 kilogram R12 refrigerant, and I'm just going to get my remote temperature clamps, and I will put a temperature clamp on the liquid line if I can somewhere. Do I have exposed metal liquid line? Not really. Decent right here. That one's painted. That's not a good one, but this one I could do. Yeah, I don't have many choices for attaching temperature clamp. This one, where I'd like to clamp, say, on the suction line, I have the pulley and too much movement, and I have no clearance on the other side, so there's no way for me to get a hold of the metal right here to take my clamp there. Here, this is an uneven surface. This is not smooth surface, and there's no way for me to get my clamps on there. There's no room. So the fingers are going to do it, and the dash is all together, so I can't get a hold of the clamps underneath the dash. At least if the dash was removed, I could go just before the expansion valve and I could take the temperature of the liquid going into the expansion valve, use my PT chart, and come to a close enough guesstimate. And then I could, since I can't get a hold of a suction line out here from underneath, I can get a hold of a small section of the suction line fitting under the dash with a temperature clamp to give me a temperature of the refrigerant coming out of the evaporator. And if the expansion valve was properly working and giving us somewhere around 10 to 13 degrees of superheat, I could come up to the rough PSI measurement. But it's not that important on this one because it's either going to work or not work. Brand new compressor. See you guys later. This was the one from a video that I released a week or two ago that I got accidentally like 20 ounces extra oil put into the compressor. See you guys later.